Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hey.
Good.
It is Wednesday night, and we have the Tracey, Angela, and me, but we have an extra special guest tonight, another Angela, because our Angelas in our APQS world are fabulous.
So many Angelas.
Hey.
I think they need to change their names to Angela. It would be much easier.
Yeah, right. That's what the A in APQS stands for. Don't they know that?
How did they not know that?
That is so beautiful. All right, everybody's starting to pile in. We're going to try to keep up with y'all coming in. Let us know where you're watching from. We have South Florida, we have Georgia.
Oh, we got a Kentucky too.
Virginia, Dayton, Ohio. This is pretty amazing.
Oh, hey, Susie. Hey, Debbie.
Colorado. Yes, Lisa from sunny Colorado. I was just out there breathing the mountain air. Just love it and miss it already. So we'll just let everybody get in just maybe a few more minutes here. So Angela.
Just going to put it on record tonight. Debbie, I was talking to Debbie last night through Facebook, and she volunteered to help us set up and stuff at the retreat. She's going to come. She already has a lawyer. She doesn't need one, but she's going to come anyway, and she volunteered to help. I said, oh, girl, be careful what you offer, because we'll take it.
Look at this. We have Karen is watching from Disney World, and she's from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, come on.
Disney World.
That is so cool. Jacksonville, Southern Oregon.
That's awesome.
Got an Omaha person there. Miss Joan Workman, you're pretty awesome. Pennsylvania.
Susie's here from Texas.
Alabama, Missouri.
Awesome.
This is Michigan. All right. So we have some very exciting news. So we thought we would share and come on with this. So Angela Clark, since you are at APQS Homeland, why don't you go ahead and give us a start?
Which one?
Is it Angela Clark?
Okay. No, I know why not.
So which one? I'm sorry.
Start with the retreat.
I am in the hotel this time. I am in Carroll, is what she's trying to say.
Are you there?
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm the one that's failing or they are.
Okay, so we're going to take over. Angela Clark is teaching in Carroll, Iowa. And sometimes I feel like the internet in Iowa and Carroll, we struggle at that hotel. So she might be in and out. So we'll let Angela Huffman, who's our special guest, give some details.
Details about the retreat?
Sure.
Yeah. So in mid-April, we are going to have a 2-day APQS All-Star Retreat in Nashville, Tennessee. And we will have hands-on long arm classes on APQS machines. We will have design draw classes. We will have classes about computerized quilting as well, and just general get together and see everybody. It's been a long time since we've had a long arm show kind of get together like this, an educational opportunity like this. And I'm so excited. I mean, Nashville is basically my backyard. So I can't wait to see everybody. I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to see what everybody's working on. But the biggest bonus of all is that the retreat is free for those who purchase a new APQS long arm machine from one of the 4 dealers you see there on the screen before November the 14th. So if you know anyone who's in the market, or you might be in the market for a long arm machine, give us a call and let's chat. You can call any one of the 4 of us. And if you purchase before November 14th, you get that whole thing free, including accommodations, including lunches. And we're just going to have a ball, and you will get the best possible start to your long arm journey. I can't wait. It's going to be a great time.
We actually have Rami from Ireland is watching as well. So that is so fabulous. Okay, Miss Tracey, you want to talk about our Red Bow special?
I'm too excited to speak coherently. So our Red Bow special is similar to a roadshow in that there's going to be discounts and special pricing, as always. But as well as the four of us are each having a typical traditional roadshow in our studios on November the 8th, on the Wednesday the 8th. But on Tuesday night, on November the 7th, we're having a virtual Big Red Bow event. So it will be broadcast simultaneously. You'll be able to watch it on any one of our 4 YouTube channels. You can watch it on the APQS YouTube channel or the APQS Facebook group, and I believe Cathy's Fabric Bash Facebook group as well. You can watch it. You'll need to sign up so that we know you're coming. And we will put links in underneath all of our channels so that you can click on anybody's link. It'll take you to the same place, and you'll be able to sign up for either the virtual event, which is going to be awesome,
Right.
or the in-store event for wherever is closest to you, or you can sign up for both and come to all of it. But on top of all the regular specials that we may have at a typical roadshow, the big bonus for the Big Red Bow event is that 2-day retreat in Nashville.
Yay.
I'm going on a plane.
I'm driving.
I'm crossing a border.
Well, and we're going to also open up the All-Star Retreat to those who already have a long arm, or those, or a domestic machine, and you free motion and quilt on your domestic machine. Doesn't matter. All of this can apply as well. So Angela Huffman, since you're new to this, let me show you here. We have a question.
Oh. So that pattern behind me, it's called Moonhopper. It was one of the very first patterns that I did for the Fonts and Porter Love of Quilting magazine. And what's really awesome about it is that it's just 2 units that make that whole quilt top. It's just, you do it in a red way and a blue way. But it's just 2 units. It's a V block unit, and then it's a square and a square, but the center of the square is a V block. It's kind of cool how that happens. Yeah, so it's called Moonhopper. You can find it if you Googled Fonts and Porter Moonhopper. You'll find it as a downloadable pattern that you can get from them.
That's nice.
Awesome.
That's fabulous.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, what are some of the classes we might teach in this upcoming wonderful event? Angela Clark, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, but I may go in and out because I am at a hotel.
Right.
We can hear you.
So I'm teaching Quilt Path. Surprise. So I have 4 classes in Quilt Path. We're going to start with like Power Panto and go all the way through some pretty detailed pattern CAD. So yeah. So mine's easy. It's Quilt Path.
All right. Yes, because Karen asked this question here: IQ or Quilt Path computerized? And yes, we will be doing the Quilt Path computerized.
Yeah.
Actually, you're going to go pretty deep diving down into that, right, Angela Clark? You're going to go into the digitizing side of it, right?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
All right. I get to do the easy peasy Power Panto. Ooh, look at that. That should be easy. Easy peasy Power Panto. I kind of like that.
I love the digitizing software that comes with that program.
Right.
Me too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I really love that we've got, so that the classes that we have planned, we have specifically designed a track for those who may not be computerized. So you may not want to take a computer class, and we have a track for you that would be for those who may be super newbie beginner folks.
Mm-hmm.
We have a track for those who have some experience and are looking for a little bit of a challenge. For people who want to take that computerized track, there are classes for those who are brand new and they like, how do I do the smallest thing? Up to, okay, challenge me. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Let's push the envelope. So we really did design these classes so that we could appeal to different levels of interest, as well as different levels of experience too.
Well, Susie has a phenomenal question here. Susie, if I buy one from all of you, which if you sign up Tuesday night, you actually buy one from all 4 of us. So this is a very unique experience that's never been done before. So if you sign up through the link that they're going to send you through, you get one actually from all 4 of us. So that's the first time for APQS. But if you're in a different state, what happens is that a big old truck, a DHL truck, is going to come and back up to your house and unload lots of boxes. And there's going to be all kinds of information in the box for you to set it up. And if you need some help, there's the instructions. The one thing I love about APQS, the instructions that are included are really amazing on how to put things together. And I have had actually customers, because even right here in my state and right here real close to me, she had the biggest machine with the computer and they put it together all by themselves. So it's really pretty amazing. So you'll be able to do it, Susie. I know.
So basically, Susie, one of us will put the order in for you, and it doesn't matter which one of the four of us does that for you. It will go in under the Big Red Bow event, and the machine is shipped directly from the factory in Iowa to your home.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you do want a professional install, we'll be more than happy to do that as well. What would happen is APQS would pay an installer to come out and do it. So you pay APQS to do the professional install, and then APQS would pay someone close to you to come and install it for you. And we, as dealers, are completely used to that. It happens all the time.
Right. Look at this here. Karen said it's so much fun when that big truck pulls up.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's every single time at my own store it does.
And I will say that I get folks who are nervous if they choose to do a self-install, but one of the differences with an APQS machine is that it doesn't come apart in pieces. It doesn't have like 5-foot sections, and you have multiple 5-foot sections that you have to put together. So like when you're talking about a deluxe table, there are 8 bolts that hold the table up. So it's not like you're going to have a million gazillion pieces. I think that if you were to go in and ask existing APQS owners who did self-installs what they thought about it, you would find a resounding, yeah, that was good. Not only did I save a little money by installing it myself, but also I know my machine really well. I know what things are called. I feel like I understand how it goes together. And that helps me in my long arm journey to understand, you know, what the pieces and parts are called and how they all work together.
Right. That's one of the nice things I think APQS does, is it enables our customer to know their machine completely all the way through the whole journey. And then we have this beautiful Shannon from Alaska. Woohoo! That one would have to go on a ferry if you got one, Shannon.
I would like to go install your machine, Shannon.
I'll go with her.
Can I put in a bid? I'll go.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have
good.
Jesse here that set up his Lucy, and 100% agree with what was just said about how the install works. So that's awesome. Lots of people have done this before. Lots of people are going to do it after. And it's just an option that APQS offers for you to save a little bit more money. Right?
Yeah.
You can do it, though. You can do it.
So
is that Jesse, the J? Oh, I'm going to say it wrong. Yeah. So Jesse had put a link up to the pattern up above. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's a smaller one, and then they put up a link to the one that the bigger one that's behind. Up
Thanks, Jesse.
So, nice Google skills there, Jesse.
Oh, he's got some Google skills, I'll tell you. He saves me almost daily.
All right.
He does it.
Oh, I love this here for crafting in plain life. When I'm finally able to afford a long arm, I'm definitely getting an APQS.
Good.
So we would like you to look at one of our newest machines when you watch this show on the 7th of November at 6 p.m. Central. I'm just going to say that because I'm in the Central time zone. We have a new machine, Larry. He's got some fabulous options, and his price point is really good, Joanna. So I think it's worth a watch. Okay.
And I would also say, if you guys could put in the chat, like if there was a class that you would really like to see offered at the APQS All-Star Retreat in Nashville, Can you put it over there in the chat? Because we have a sense, like I said, we've designed tracks and we've designed for different levels. But it would be interesting to see if we're kind of on target with what we think you guys will find interesting and informative. So if there's something like that, pop it over there in the chat. I'd be super curious what you are interested in learning.
Yes, that would be fabulous. Help us help you. How does that sound?
That would be very helpful.
Right.
Good idea.
Nashville that time of year. So Angela, what's the weather like in Nashville that time of year for some of us who are still in what we would call snowy weather?
Oh gosh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the nights are cool and the days are warm. And it's just, I don't know if have you ever been to Nashville, Cathy?
I've driven through at 80 miles an hour. No stopping.
It has such a great flavor to it. It's just it's gotten a lot bigger over the last 10 to 15 years, but it has such a distinctive flavor to it. Wonderful restaurants. It's a beautiful city. So the weather will be it's the spring, flowers popping up. It'll be beautiful.
Oh, I'm excited. Aren't you, Tracey? You and I will be probably still in the cold weather-ish.
I can't wait. I'll be the starry-eyed, dumbfounded one.
All right,
really excited to go.
Angela Clark, we have a great question here. Is QCT the same as Quilt Path or more or less the same?
So Quilt Path is a branded version of Quilter's Creative Touch. So if you're looking between the two products, Quilt Path would kind of equal Quilter's Creative Touch Pro with the gold version, but we don't have to pay for the gold version. It's just part of our program. We get all those features for free when we buy. They're part of included in our price. So yes, it is the same base software. There's a couple little differences, like stitch regulation in Quilt Path is actually handled by our long arm instead of the software. And then, like I said, we get gold. We don't have to pay for that yearly.
All right. Good to know. That's really good. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to ask?
So I do want to answer Susie's question too. She asked us if the computer was hard to install. No, it's not. It's very easy to install. And even if you already own a long arm, you don't have to take your long arm off your frame to install Quilt Path. It sits if you're on the back of your machine, to the right, on the left from the front, and it has its own carriage system now. So you kind of put a pipe into a big box that goes on the back of the carriage, and it just kind of slides on, and you tighten a couple things and it's done. So it is a really, really quick and easy install. And I actually have an install video on my website or on my YouTube channel for that.
Awesome. And then Judy said, would you be able to teach me?
Of course I can.
So
Yeah.
that is fabulous.
Judy, you should come to the All-Star Retreat. You can take the computer classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, we're going to have a couple.
Sorry. I've been at APQS teaching all week, and I had several people here that own Quilter's Creative Touch in class.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Sorry about that, Angela Clark.
It's okay.
We've gone to two names now, Tracey and I. when we're talking here, I think we should just do Miss Clark, Miss Huffman. But anyway, I've lost my train of thought. Darn.
I refer to them as C and H.
It's
so much.
Each other by our last names, so it's okay.
I know. I don't know if it's the Canadian in me or what. I get it, but I have a hard time referring to people by their last name. So I'm just being selfish, and it makes me more comfortable to just use a C and a H. That's okay.
So Judy says she's going to come.
Yay!
Yay! All right.
We're going to have fun. Oh, we didn't mention there's going to be a panel talk on the night before the day one. Mm-hmm. And then there's going to be another panel talk on the evening of day one going into day two. So it's not just classes during the day either. We're going to get you all day from morning to night.
I'm excited about the panel.
Yeah.
So first of all, I have never met Tracey in person. So I am super excited about meeting Tracey in person and getting to hug this beautiful lady because we've been working together for so long. It's going to be wonderful. So I'm excited. I have met Angela Clark and Angela Huffman in person, had dinner with both those two beautiful ladies. Looking forward to that again. We're going to have to talk about that off camera about Houston. And then Heather wants to know. And
Heather, you're not computer illiterate, I swear.
You're not.
Fine.
Yeah. We can get you using it. It's not that bad. It
Yeah.
really isn't.
Come to the shop, bring a quilt, spend the day. I'll show you how to use it. It's super easy, I promise.
Right.
Do you know Heather, Tracey?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, Heather, go see
She has
Tracey.
a Lenny she got last year.
Go see Tracey.
Yeah.
Okay, Susie, as soon as we know the information, I promise you the nanosecond we know that information, it's going to be broadcast on so many different pages. Our page, Quilted Joy, Fabric Bash, Quilted Joy, Thread Waggle, and Whirls and Swirls. It will be out there. So I promise you, and I bet we talk about it again on one of our lives.
Well, and Susie, make sure you're signed up for one or all of our newsletters. If you go to our websites, you can sign up for the newsletter, and then you will get the most up-to-date information possible. So, we'd all love for you to sign up for our newsletters, but there's a particular person that you follow, go sign up for their newsletter, and we will be shouting from the rooftops as soon as we have that information so that you can register for the event and the dates and all that stuff. But again, if you purchase a machine new before November 14th, then it's free. Then APQS takes care of all that. You just got to get your took us to Nashville.
So we do not know that at the moment, but because we are, Karen, willing and able to make this as best as we can. And right now, John at APQS is wanting to see how you all react, and he's willing to move and shake some things. So it's in your favor to sign up. So we're kind of excited.
Yeah. And I can tell you for sure that John was calling hotels. He's been calling them all week, making sure that we get the right space for what we're trying to do. So they are actively looking for the right hotel and the right dates for us. I think we're going to have an answer pretty soon on when it's going to be and where it's going to be.
Right.
Because we're trying to find a place. The goal is to have 2 hands-on rooms going for each of the sessions so that you can, as you select your track, as you select your session, if you wanted that hands-on time, that we have plenty of room and plenty of long arm machines there for you. So as you might imagine, a room full of long arms takes a pretty decent size room. So we'll be shouting from the rooftops as soon as we know exactly the date and exactly the place.
I'm just excited about the classes because we've talked about, things like fillers and ruler work and feathers, but not feathers, right? I'm kind of excited to see what y'all have to say. Oh my gosh, Susie says, as soon as you tell me, I'm putting the date on the calendar. But let us know, you guys, what you guys want. That's the most important thing. Okay, where we're going to sign up. Sean, we're going to have all of that information again for just the All-Star part. If you want to sign up for the Big Red Bow event, we each on all of our web pages have links for you to sign up. But also that will happen again when we get a little bit centered down, a little bit more pinpointed on the All-Star retreat.
Yeah, Sean, just sign up for one of our newsletters and you'll get that information. If you're looking for just the retreat information, if you're looking for the Big Red Bow event, to sign up for that, again, you can do that on our websites too.
So Rebecca, we're looking like April of 2024. So that's what we're trying, because Easter is early this year. So we had to look at Easter. We had to look at all of those dates. So.
And I will also say that when you purchase a machine from APQS, you get the APQS beginners class included with your purchase. So APQS actually pays your student fees for that class, and you can go anywhere for that class. You could come and take it from one of the four of us. That would be fabulous. But you could also go to your, maybe you have someone closer to you that you'd rather go to. So that class, we would encourage you to take that before you come to the retreat, because we want to get you up and running as quickly as possible when you receive your long arm machine. Then you'll have that kind of beginner's class under your belt. So when you come to the All-Star Retreat, you are ready for a little more, one little baby step forward. And it just depends on the track that you take as to what you're going to discover and learn.
Right. So Jesse is showing his Google skills once again.
There you go, Jesse.
And he has linked all of our web pages.
So thank you, my friend.
Nice.
Thank you.
Fabulous. So thank you for those fantastic Google skills.
Google Pro.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
On the panel
He's a sweetie.
discussion, pardon?
I said he's a sweetie. He's a really nice person.
Yeah.
He's a
Awesome.
good guy.
Yeah.
On the panel discussions, what do you think what are you guys looking forward to on those? You as the being on the panel.
I'm looking forward to just meeting a whole whack of new people.
Yeah.
And making, creating new relationships, and just everybody is on the same page, excited about the same things, and just that camaraderie of being with like-minded people and a bunch of creatives. And I'm so excited to be on a panel. I mean, whoever thought I'd be on a panel with the three of you? I mean, that's pretty awesome. I'm really excited.
I feel the exact same way.
We all feel that way.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was looking at the class topics that you're going to do, Tracey, and I was like, well, I want to take that class. I want to do that. I won't be able to. So
that freaks me out. So I'm very honored that you would say that, but I'm thinking the same thing about you. I'll just take all H's classes, but I can't
because you're talking about one of your classes being things you can put on a spine that's not a feather.
Yes, anything and everything but a feather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in my head, that's like ferny things, kind of swirly things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of blank out and go, okay, I think I reached the end of my what goes on a spine that isn't a feather.
Oh,
so that's
goodness.
what I'm saying is that I need to take that class to see all the different things that you have on your spines.
It's never ending what can go on a spine. It can get pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be a good class. That's going to be
So
fun.
maybe a part of the class, Tracey, is we'll just shout something out. We'll be like acorns, and you'll have to put acorns on a spine, and we'll be like,
oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Teacher challenge or something.
Right.
We could do a whiteboard teacher challenge. That would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yep. Kind of like what's that game? Like charades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll all have a whiteboard.
Or we could do a long arm throwdown. That would be awesome, right?
What is a long arm throwdown?
I mean, just the same thing, right? I would call it like more of a like the impromptu from the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway? Kind of thing. Like, everybody, the audience throw out an idea and we have to kind of do it.
Can we phone a friend? Because I might need to phone a friend.
Right.
Is that part of it?
Yes.
Will we hear that music? I know. Stop. We'll get dinged. No.
No music.
No music.
Right. But like I said, I just think this is an opportunity that APQS has offered all of you guys, all of our listeners, all of our quilters, all of your quilting friends. This quilting community is fabulous, and they have given you an extra added value if you do want to purchase a machine. But if you already have one, or if you have an older machine and you want to upgrade, when you upgrade, you get that extra value, that the All-Star Retreat. So they've really put
or Cathy, even if they add a quilt path, maybe they already have a machine, and if they add a quilt path, that gets you the free retreat. Don't think you have to buy the whole shebang. If you already have a machine but you're considering adding a computer, do that and you'll get the free retreat.
Had
But
a-
even if they just upgrade
Linda.
their head, they still get the retreat.
Susie.
Yeah. Right. So if you have a machine in a frame and you just want a new machine, you can trade in your current machine and still get the retreat.
Well, and if you think about it, our little Larry that we just added to the lineup, there's two different options for a table for Larry, but he is either $7,995 or $8,995. You're going to get that here, and you're going to hear more about that on the 7th. But that's still a great value, and you get the retreat. So that's, I think, amazing. So Larry, and then the prices are going to be better than that, guys. We're giving you the MSRP.
Yeah. Well, and I'm also looking forward to, we're going to have like a little tour of the factory where we can kind of see the machines being born, and talking to the service teams. You can kind of see the whole behind the scenes of APQS, and that'll be fun. I haven't seen the new factory, so I'm looking forward to seeing that myself on the night of the Big Red Bow event.
It was so much fun to film. Watching one of the APQS staff has a drone. And so all of this, again, this being presented to you on November 7th is going to be all of us bringing it to you. So it's the staff at APQS and it's all of us bringing it to you. So that is even more exciting.
And they thought it was awesome having that drone in there Monday. It was fun talking to them later going, that was really cool.
Oh, really good. Oh, good.
I can't wait to see it. I've never seen the factory either. So it'll be cool.
Yeah, it's
Cathy and I are spoiled.
yeah. Well, yes, it is nice being a little bit close to the motherland is what I call it. So, anything else we need to talk about?
I don't know. What about Angela Huffman? What kind of classes are you going to teach?
Well, the one that I'm actually kind of excited about is I've called it "I'm Just Here for the Clams," and it's all about clamshells and all different ways that you can use clamshells. And clamshells, I don't know what's there's so much you can fill a clamshell with. But clamshells are one of those motifs that you can go really, really small or really, really big. And they can be background fillers. They can be the main stage, like the main player on the quilt as far as the machine quilting goes. There's a lot of different detail that you can put in a clamshell. You can make them very dense. You can make them more wide open. So yeah, I'm here for the clams. That's one of the classes I'm going to teach.
That's awesome. I love the name of that class.
That is fabulous. That is good.
That's
Cathy,
good.
what you're going to be doing? You said the Power Panto,
just for the one class, right?
like an introduction to, for those who are new to Quilt Path. And then what were the other classes that you were looking at? One that was like kind of taking unexpected fabrics and using those in a different quilting application, right?
Right. Anything but cotton.
Anything but cotton.
Right. Like I love working with leather. I go to antique stores and I find old linens to see how I can turn it into some fun things. I made a big motif of a clock using an old cross-stitch tablecloth. So that's when I do get out of the store for a few hours, my husband and I tend to go, and I'm to antique stores, and I'm down there looking at fun things to put on the long arm. I love doing projects on the long arm. I just want to be on the long arm. I love piecing on the long arm even and all of that good stuff. So looking at that machine a little bit differently. So I also have an upcycle from jeans to do artwork.
Nice.
So
that sounds like fun.
And are you making it? So you're like taking a jean jacket like you're wearing, you're saying, and then you are embellishing it?
Or taking jeans and cutting them apart and using old jeans and turning them into artwork.
Cool.
Right? So there's so much that catches my eye. That way. I don't know. Like I said, it's just and that whole upcycle these days. I've seen pillows down there and there. I've actually taken one of my friends, her mother passed away, and I took her clothes and she wanted to give something to everybody. And I made pillows straight on the long arm with her clothes.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
Yeah. So it's thinking outside the box of because I love that machine so darn much. I just want to have my hands on her all day long. And I feel kind of bad for my neglected sit down machine. But it's all good.
So I have to tell you, my aunt, her father passed away recently. He was a minister. And I said, I will take, his clothes and I will make you a bereavement quilt that you can remember him by, similar to what you're talking about. And she said, well, he wore a tie, every day of his life. I was like, okay, so save all of his ties and I'm going to make you a quilt with your ties. And so I told her this at the visitation. I wasn't able to go to the funeral. So I told her this at the visitation and she's like, oh my gosh, that'd be so fantastic. So then at the funeral, apparently, just before they close the casket, she jumps up and she says, wait, stop. Angela wants his tie. And so they took the tie off that poor man's neck. And of course, my family is like, what is wrong with her? Weird, but what is wrong with her?
She took that literally.
She took that tie off that man's neck. So
oh my goodness.
Okay. Angela Huffman, you got to be you now are indoctrinated into our group, because usually at some point when we go live, somebody says something that makes people like we all stop for a second. So now you are officially part of the clan.
Oh my goodness.
That's so beautiful. So we have another comment from Anne that says, hello from Virginia, some of my favorite people. It's awesome. And then another person that says, yes, t-shirt quilts on Lucy are fabulous.
Yeah.
Yes.
T-shirt quilts, bereavement quilts. I've made quilts out of like football jerseys and dance leotards and all kinds of things. And the machine just goes right through it. It just doesn't care. So It can be really thick stuff, like that thick on t-shirts. Sometimes you get with that super thick vinyl, that poofy vinyl, it'll go right through it. No problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It goes through marine grade vinyl. Marine grade.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't care.
I actually had a friend, he was using his, he had an APQS Freddie. He was making aircraft covers, like personal, like gliders, personal aircraft. He was making covers for them, quilted covers for them, using a Freddie, an APQS Freddie machine. Mm-hmm. It was like a tart material and then a squishy, thick poly bat and then another kind of tart material. And it was going right through it.
Amazing. Just like butter.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
They're not just for quilts.
I feel like I have to prove I have a quilt with me too.
Is it a ghost?
It's a ghost. Yeah, I did it with Quilt Path. Of course it's a ghost. Where am I? This way, that way. I don't know. Anyways, this way.
There you go.
And it's fabulous because there's multiple layers there on that too.
Yeah, I can't actually hang it on the wall because it's a hotel.
Right.
Like,
Debbie said, "I'm so excited." Oh,
hotel room.
I'm so excited to get to meet all of you. This is going to be wonderful. Well, Debbie, we are more excited to meet you guys. So that is
good.
More of the excitement. This quilting community. There has not been one day since I've opened up my store that I have said, I really don't want to go to work today. Never. So I just love this quilting community. It's so amazing. And I know you all feel the same way. Ribbon, Daughters Show ribbons. Yes, that would be a great one too. Ooh, we could talk about that. That could be a great. if you want to take my class, you got to bring me some ideas. We'll talk about some ideas. Give me some thoughts of what you think. That would be awesome. Tracey, we kind of mentioned one of your classes is the filler. I mean, the feather, not the spine class. But what were some of the other classes you were thinking about doing?
I'm gonna do a filler class. So we're gonna fill some spaces and talk about what, why, when, how, what kind of threads you'd use and why, to bat, to double bat, triple bat, single bat, whatever, and the different looks that you're going to get with those, and just all about fillers and whether they would be, again, are they to put something down so something else shows up? Are they meant to be the star of the show? You know, like my arrow quilt there with all the white background. I mean, the arrows, they're the arrows. They're just breaking up all the background filler because it's the background that's really the star. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fun class. I love teaching that.
And that's hands-on, right? Tracey, you're going to do that hands-on?
Yes.
Yeah, hands-on.
Yep. And then another class is going to be from the start. So we're going to learn some shapes and super simple shapes that are going to get you, we're going to piggyback them, and it's just building a foundation. So it's like building a house. You know, you can look at something on a wall and it can look really complicated, or on a quilt, and it just looks overwhelming and, oh my gosh, I could never do that. But when it's all broken down and you realize that it's just one or a combination of a few different shapes and how you put them together and how you build them, it's a lot easier than you think. And you get real creative real quick. So I love teaching that class because it never fails to, I'm always in awe from, you know, the first 20 minutes of class to the end of the class, the difference in the students and the light bulbs that are going off and the, oh my gosh, I never thought I could do that. I love that part.
Awesome.
So,
and then Miss Angela Clark.
Yes, ma'am.
We briefly talked about digitizing and the back end of what I would call Quilt Path. Could you dive into that a little bit more instead of our little APQS speakies? Let's break it down to what that is a little bit more.
So Quilt Path actually has in its software package a part of the program that you can draw your own designs in. So you can create your own designs. You can just free motion draw with like a stylus directly onto your tablet. So think like free motion quilting, but just drawing it on your tablet. All right. You can also do very structured designs in it that you are not just, drawing directly on. There's ways that you can do things like create splines or arcs, so shapes, and add them together to make a design. And the kind of unique thing about Quilt Path is that anytime you quilt something and you send it out to the quilting interface, you can save that product that you've made, be it a pantograph or putting a couple blocks together, whatever, and make a new design out of that too. It will save it as a design that can be repeated inside the program. So that's kind of what we're going to go into one of my classes, is to use something called Pattern CAD, which is the digitizing software, and learning how to make your own designs, how to easily repeat things. If you want, like, let's say a wreath of flowers, you can tell Quilt Path to make 8 flowers and you're only using one, right? So you put one on the screen, but it'll repeat it 7 times. So there's just a lot of cool tricks that you can do with the software that mean that you can completely personalize what you're doing with your computer.
Fabulous. So, Tracey, we have Rebecca that said kind of like what you were talking about is taking a 9 patch and making a disappearing 9 patch, kind of something simple, but breaking it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So we have a great question, and Anne is going to make us go back forward. We never really kind of did this. So I will start first, and I'm stopping. We'll go to Angela Clark Huffman and then Tracey. I am from Omaha, Nebraska. Go Big Red. So I'm in business at Fabric Bash with my son-in-law. We are equal business partners. Our spouses, my daughter and my husband, are the silent partners, but we have a big store here with fabric and long arming and all of that good stuff. So Miss Angela Clark.
Okay, so yes, Ann, I am the Angela from North Carolina that you know. That's me. I look different, but I am the same person. So I'm Angela Clark. I am from Raleigh, North Carolina. And I think the thing that most people obviously know me about is Quilt Path, because I do a lot with Quilt Path. I teach a lot of classes, and I wrote a book on it. So kind of scary. I never thought I'd ever write a book, and that if I didn't, nobody would ever want to read it, right? But so yeah, my life has become pretty much all about my showroom and Quilt Path. Angela Huffman.
So I am in Louisville, Kentucky. I own Quilted Joy, and we just moved to a new location about 2.5 weeks ago. So we are now the largest quilt shop in the region. We're in 10,000 square feet, and we have a massive classroom, state-of-the-art classroom. We have long arm machines for rent by the hour. We also do machine quilting for others, and then have so many beautiful 45-inch, regular 45 as well as 108-inch fabrics there at the shop. And if you are ever going through Louisville, coming down I-65, I-64, I-71, I hope you hop off and come in and see all that we've done. We just put out, we built a coffin that has all of the Halloween fabrics in it. It's so much fun. we are putting little interesting touches throughout the whole shop. And then the other side of my life is that I co-host the Fonz and Porter Love of Quilting show on PBS. We're in 95% of the US markets, and I've been on that show now, I think 14 seasons or something like that, 15 seasons. And then I have at least one of my patterns is in every edition of the magazine, of the Love of Quilting magazine as well.
Fabulous.
Tracey.
I'm the only Canadian in the group. I own Whirls and Swirls Quilting, and I'm in Oshawa, Ontario, in Canada. I'm about 20 minutes east of Toronto, right off the 401. I have a long arm, an APQS showroom. It's also a rental studio, so you can come and rent time and quilt your own quilts here, or I can quilt them for you. I have 4 machines that are all computerized, so 4 machines, 4 computers. So I can quilt for you. I also teach free motion lessons, quilting lessons, classes, I should say. And I've got some long arm supplies here as well and on my website. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
Like Angela Huffman has said, you guys should sign up for our newsletters, subscribe to our YouTube channels, follow us on Facebook, all of that good stuff. And you'll see all of the great fun things that we do, because we all have very vast different. I think Angela Huffman and I are a little bit more like an Angela Clark. See, I'm doing the little triangles, and Tracey have a little bit like the same showrooms. So it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun that you guys have those. And all 4 of us have rental programs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We do. Yes.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Said yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I had a full house today. It was busy in here. The machines were all a-humming.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think with that, we're at a good time to probably say, I can't wait for April. I can wait. I mean, October is disappearing in a flash, and April will be here before we know it.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, make sure you turn in when, you guys? November 7th. Okay.
November 7th, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on any of our YouTube channels, like I said, or APQS's YouTube channel, or Cathy's Facebook Fabric Bash Facebook page, or APQS Facebook page. All the links will be everywhere. They'll be all over the place. Just click one and it'll get you where you need to go to sign up.
Absolutely. And share with your friends. That would be the most important thing. And anybody you know who wants a long arm, or your long arm quilting guild who wants to have some more classes, let them know. So,
yeah, if you have a friend who you think is looking around and trying to decide, that virtual Big Red Bow event on Tuesday, November 7th would be a great way for them to get a deep dive into the different features and the different models of long arm machines so that they can kind of drill down and figure out what is important to them, what benefits and features speak to them, so they can kind of decide which machine is going to suit their needs the best.
Yeah.
We have one more question.
I was telling her one more question. Yes, it can.
Yes, little Larry, he's an 18-inch throat space, but on the table he can be computerized. So absolutely. And he's a workhorse. He's the latest edition, but he has the same stitch regulator, the same motor, all of the same steel, you know, on the everything's the same. He's just a little guy. He's so every time Amy did this when she pulled him out of the box. When we first had him at the Omaha Quilt Show, I pulled him out of the box and he was in the big old Lucy box and pulled him out and I'm like, he's so cute. And then we're back there and then Amy pulls him out and she goes, he's so cute. It was kind of fun to see that we all kind of look at him as just this great little machine.
Yeah. We had our first Larry Quilt Path student this week too for her new owners class.
Oh, fabulous. Yay.
They started shipping recently. So yeah.
And we will all have Larry's in our showroom soon too.
Yes, we will. Yes.
It's almost November. Get him shipped. Get him in. I have a space for him.
Yes, we're kind of excited. I'm going to put my little Larry up front so people who come in can play. You're welcome, Rebecca. Thank you for asking. Anybody who has questions, it's always good. Well, ladies, this has been fabulous. And I know it's later for Angela Huffman and Tracey. They're a time zone ahead. So, and Angela Clark for the first time is within my time zone. But watch our web pages. We're super excited. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate all of you for taking time out of your evening, and let's grow this quilting community together. Yeah. All right. Good night.
Night.
Good night.